All right, guys. So now we are live, and let me just do a quick audio and video check to make sure everything is working before we start the hangout with Sasha here, guys.
Okay.
So let me see.
So Leon is gonna join us later, or?
Yeah, Leon is going to join us in a bit because he's going to be broadcasting from Houston, Texas.
Okay.
So let me see here. Hold on, real quick. Okay, if you guys are watching us on the YouTube channel, guys, can you guys leave? Can you say yes? You guys can hear us. Can you guys hear us loud and clear? And what country you guys are in, so that we'll know it's loud and clear. Okay. Somebody said they can't see anything. We are broadcasting live, so. Okay, so we got yes from America, yes from Poland. Okay, yes in the UK, from Spain. Okay, all right, so that means that everyone can see us and hear us. Okay, guys, so welcome to this Waves platform for investors number 7, guys. In this session, we're going to discuss the post-ICO update with Sasha Ivanov, the creator and inventor of and founder of the Waves platform. And okay, so everyone is okay. So the audio is good. So let's get back to this.
Yeah.
So on the line with us today, guys, we have Sasha, the creator, founder of the Waves platform, and he's broadcasting from the Waves headquarters in Moscow, Russia. And he'll be here today to give us an update on the Waves platform after the ICO. I had asked him after we did the interviews and the hangout last time, before the ICO, and to come back and let us know what happened after the ICO and give everyone, all the investors, an update on it. So here he is. We also have with us today, for the first time, guys, we have Shaka Daniel. He is also a cryptocurrency investor, a Bitcoin miner. He comes from New York City. He just started his YouTube channel called Chase That Coin on YouTube, and I saw him talking a lot about the Waves and the Lisk platform and some of the new cryptocurrencies, and I saw that he was pretty upfront about it and pretty honest about his ideas. So I invited him to come on, and he wanted to ask Sasha some questions for his audience also. So we decided to do a YouTube collaboration and bring him on so that he can join us here on this investor Q&A with Sasha. So let's go ahead and let Sasha get started, guys. So you want to give everyone an update on what you've been doing with the Waves platform after the ICO, Sasha?
Yeah. So after the ICO, we started to send coins to people because we did not distribute that in the genetic block as it's usually done. We had some other scheme, so we had to distribute the coins in portions, and it was pretty smooth actually. More or less, yes. Of course, there are some issues, but all in all, it was okay. And after all, we launched at Bitrex exchange. They were the first to implement us, so we were glad to be there. So, and our plan to implement exchanges one by one, not to hurry too much because the network is still young. We don't want to have any issues with stability, with safety. Is the quality good, guys?
Yes, it's good.
Yeah, because just some stuff. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I can hear you.
So, yeah, cool. So we are approaching exchanges one by one, and they are implementing us. Yeah, so please don't expect that each and every exchange is going to have us like in a week. So it can't happen because we are moving pretty fast. And we have to be careful. We have to be careful about the security of the network. We have to make sure that everything works fine. So, and we're going to implement exchanges one by one.
Okay, so I would have to say this. I felt that that was, in my opinion, and hey, is that, can you mute your microphone, Shaka?
All right, I'm
There's
muted
a
right
lot of
now.
rustling noise in the background. So I want to say this to the audience. I spoke with Leon, and he felt that this was the smoothest ICO launch that we have ever seen. And when I say smooth, guys, everyone was able to contribute and participate in the ICO, and everyone was able to receive their funds according to the timeline that Sasha had promised everyone, right? And the other thing too that we both noticed, and we want to get your input on this. If you did this on purpose or it was just an accident, but we noticed that you released the Waves tokens or the coins on the Bittrex exchange, which everyone knows that that is not the most liquid exchange. Did you do that on purpose to slow down the volatility, to reduce the volatility in the price, or what was the purpose behind starting off with the smallest exchange?
It was done kind of on purpose, yes, because I wanted to make sure if we were at a bigger exchange, we would have higher risks with the network and everything. And being at a smaller exchange, we are feeling safer. So the traffic is not that big, so we can control everything and we can implement everything and we can make sure that it is going to work at larger exchanges when time is right. So it was, yes, it was on purpose. And at this stage, we have to work with exchanges to have Waves integrated. They just can't take the node, our full node code, compile it and run it. No, we have to work with them. So just a little bit too difficult to have all exchanges launched at the same time. So I think this is the safest way. So people, please don't be somehow offended by this, because this is the way to proceed. We have to make sure that everything works fine.
Okay. I agree with that, Sasha, because Leon and I were talking about this behind the scenes, and we feel that we would rather have a slow growth in our, I think that the investors, would prefer a slow growth in their investment than extreme volatility where people are dumping the coin and losing faith. Because here's the thing: if you raise, this much money to fund the project so that it can succeed, but if if there's too much volatility and you lose the funding, then that defeats the purpose. Now you don't have enough money to make the project succeed. So, in my opinion, and Leon's opinion, we felt that it was better for the success for Waves to succeed, because over the long term, we'll come out way ahead versus the short-term volatility where everybody makes a quick buck and then it fails.
Absolutely, you're right. Yeah. So we don't have to hurry here. I understand that some people, flippers, they just want to flip. No, guys, but we're not working for you. I'm sorry, guys. We are working for the long-term investors. We can't take care of everybody. I don't mind, some people wanting some speculative profits, but we are not working for you guys. We are long-term. So please have some patience, and you're going to be rewarded, really.
Okay. You have any questions or feedback on that, Shaka?
Yeah, I do. Actually, on Twitter, Sasha, I saw you post that the people that wanted to get out of Waves have gotten out. And I see that there's been a lot of sell pressure. Last night it hit a low of 13 cents, or maybe like 21.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think the sell pressure is done? The ICO flippers are out, or do you think the sell pressure will increase when Poloniex comes online and other big exchanges?
That most flippers, yeah, they are gone now, because as promised, we set buy walls and we bought something like 1,000 Bitcoin worth of Waves, and there was some sell pressure. It was obvious, so I think it did not make sense to to set any walls again. So I just let it go, and I think that most flippers are now out, and it's a good thing for the market. So I think it's fine. So if people want to speculate, either they just dump now or they have to wait, and when things are settled and they can make profits they expect it. So I think, yeah. So
So
uh, as promised, the buy walls were set. Some waves were bought back, but when there is this sell pressure, I don't think it makes sense to to keep setting the buy walls, because you have to allow some price discovery, I think. And when things settle, we be able to evaluate, better. Yeah. How do we proceed to make the price rise more stable? Because we can't promise anything, regarding the price, but of course this is good for community, so we have to take that into account. So the price is good, and but currently, if we keep just setting buy walls, we just burn money on that, and it doesn't make sense.
Okay. Okay.
okay.
So now I looked at the Waves client that is the web client or the browser client, and I have some questions for you about that. Do you? I noticed you guys just released a new one. There are certain features and functions inside the web client that is currently not working at this moment.
Sure, yeah.
Is there a timeline on when the other fiat currencies and the gateways will be available? Do you have a
Yeah, yeah.
timeline for that?
Yeah, sure, because we just wanted to show some, to give some, some idea of what you're gonna have in some time. So that's why most of the functionality is not working now, but it's still there, and you can see, you can feel what our idea about the waves is. But the most important is, of course, fiat gateways and custom tokens. So I think that in about a month we're going to have tokens creation and fiat gateways. So you'll be able to transfer fiat money on Waves blockchain. And later this summer, at the beginning of the fall, we're going to have the decentralized exchange, and you'll be able to trade Waves on Waves platform, actually. So you're gonna be able to trade Waves against Bitcoin, against dollar, against euro on Waves itself.
Okay, now are you testing that out right now already, or has that in beta, or are you guys testing it in-house, or is that something you guys are going to work on?
Yeah, now we're working on this network stability. We're working on the algorithm, on the POS algorithm, which allows us to give the full node to anybody, because currently we are controlling the full nodes, and it has to be changed, of course, because it's not decentralized. We have to decentralize the whole thing. So currently we are focused on full node code and the POS algorithm. So we have to make the network open as fast as possible. So we are focused on this. And after that, we'll at the same time, we're working on the assets now. So next week, we are starting to implement the assets. And at the same time, I'm talking to many payment providers, payment systems who are going to implement fiat gateways. So we have a lot of interest here, really a lot of interest. And this is the time to realize that. Actually, it's too many parties really want to do that. So we have to select some direction to implement the first fiat gateway as fast as possible. But the interest is really high. It's really high.
Okay, and
Hi, Sasha. It's me, Leon. I finally was able to join. Yeah, I have a question about the gateways. We've been, I was speculating on Twitter as what kind of gateways who would the gateways be? Would they be banks, pawn shops, payday loans? Like what? Like, for example, if U.S. dollar or euro gateways, like on the retail level. Could you give us some hints, if you can't tell us exactly who they're going to be, give us some hints as to what types of, who would these gateways actually be?
Yeah, so actually any financial institution can be a gateway. It has to have a license for accepting third-party deposits and for money transfer. And actually, money transfer is not really necessary because peer-to-peer transfer is done on the blockchain. So not banking transfer. So actually, you
So are
have
these
to.
banks? I understand they're going to be financial institutions, but are they going
Yeah.
to be banks, or are they going to be like in the United States? We have things like
No.
pawn shops. We have things like
Money.
MoneyGram, Western
Yep.
Union.
Yeah. No, but
Yeah.
not banks. Some smaller financial licenses are needed, and actually, you can even do it in some countries without a financial license because you just issue a token. It's more of a digital product, actually. Of course, it depends on the laws of the country. For example, in the USA, I don't think it's possible to do that, to circumvent the law somehow, because they're going to tell you that it's money transfer and you need to have a license. But in other countries, it can be done even without a license, because when you issue this token, just and then sell it, just sell a digital product. Yeah, so this token costs $1, and you just sell it for $1. That's all. So
Oh, okay. So what can you give us an indication as to which countries do you think will see the first fiat gateway?
yeah, we're working mostly on Europe. So because this is a big market, and from a regulation point of view, it's much easier than USA, and we have to be focused on Europe, on euro, and also the US dollar. But it's not going to be that easy. So you'll have to, to it's not going to be it's going to be international wire transfer for US dollars, and you can't deposit your dollars really fast. But we're going to have dollars. Yeah, and we have to approach this in such a way that we won't have any problems with regulators, and I think it's very possible. Yeah, so I won't tell you about because you have to differentiate. We're working on the tech, and we're working with partners. We are making some proposals to people who want to become the gateways and describe them the business opportunity here. So we can't be really affiliated with them because we are working on the tech. And
Okay, so how are you going to incentivize financial institutions to become gateways? Are they going to collect a fee? Like, how will there be a charge to customers to buy Wave tokens?
yeah, probably sell. You buy for free. You don't charge a fee for buying the tokens. When they want to redeem, you charge some fee like 2%. So that's where the profits come from. Yeah. So it's like an unusual payment system, like PayPal. So, okay, you don't charge for the transfer, but you charge for the
It's free to go in, but it costs money to go out. That's basically what you're saying.
and you can't charge for the transfers, because it's done on the chain, but you charge incoming for outgoing payments. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question.
Sure.
It's regarding the gateways as well. Have you had any more meetings with wallet companies regarding partnerships like you did with Mycelium? So wallet
Yeah,
companies like
absolutely. Yeah.
Bread Wallet or Jax or any other companies like that. It's a two-part question. And also, do you think that the Waves platform isn't ready enough to take advantage of situations like Brexit and the Venezuela crisis?
Yeah, absolutely, because money remittance is going to be disrupted, that's for sure. It's time to disrupt this because it costs too much. And when you are able to build some money transfer system that circumvents the current systems, you're going to have a huge advantage in fees, because Western Union and other money transfer services, they charge too much. So we're working with Mycelium to implement our fiat tokens and also Waves in their wallet. And probably after Mycelium, we're going to be approaching other wallet providers. But okay, Mycelium is our major partner at this stage. And if you mean regarding the Brexit situation, of course, yes, because I think there has to be some money transfer system that is independent from existing ones, because when you just can transfer the tokens around the SWIFT system, yeah, and the settlement will be done on SWIFT network somewhere else, but the money transfer can be disrupted, and it's because many things can happen to the world economy now. So we have to have some system which is independent of centralized institutions. So I think yes. So money remittance is going to be more blockchain based in future. That's obvious for me.
Okay.
Okay. So let's jump over to the topic of the ICO funds that you raised for the something that Leon and I was discussing was that you had you initially raised X amount of funds of Bitcoins, right? But then you got lucky because the price of Bitcoin shot up.
Yeah, yeah.
So now you have, like you have extra funds now.
Yeah.
What did you do to protect that so that to make sure that you benefit from that so that you have more funds to make sure that the Waves project succeeds?
Yeah, sure. We have to sell some Bitcoin now. So we have withdrawn like 5,000 Bitcoins. 1,000 was spent on the buy walls, and around 4,000 are going to be sold. I think because this is the right moment to do that, because of the halving. You have 2 weeks, and I think that the Bitcoin price is going to shoot up. So we have some time, and we have to sell them now, because probably after in 2 weeks it's going to fall, I think, for a while, and then I don't know. I can't speculate about the Bitcoin price, but it looks like this is the right moment to sell some Bitcoins now.
Okay, so I personally invested into the Waves ICO, with a small portion. So I want to make sure that I hope that the Waves platform succeed, because I want it to be like another Ethereum or another Bitcoin. But so if you sell the ICO funds, to have enough funding so that you don't lose money like they did with the Ethereum team, because when the Ethereum team, they raised like $18 million, but then the price of Bitcoin went from 600 down to 200, and they lost a lot of money, the money that they could have used to build the Ethereum network. So there's a lot of people that complain that, hey, is Sasha selling the Bitcoins or whatever? I personally would prefer to see you sell it at a higher price so that you collect more money, so that you have more money to fund, to pay for developers to make the Waves platform successful. I don't know how you feel about that, Shaka or Leon, but me personally, I want to see. I don't want people to donate money to you and then you lose half of it because the price of Bitcoin fell.
Yeah, I personally don't mind that. That's the best business strategy. He can't hold on to all the Bitcoins and be susceptible to all that volatility. So that's a good move in my opinion.
Because
yeah, I would agree with that. I think that the investors gave Sasha these Bitcoins to develop Waves, not to speculate on Bitcoin, right? I mean, we'll win big if Sasha succeeds, and he needs the money to have a chance at success. So yeah, I agree. I think that even if Bitcoin ends up going to 1,000, I think that we don't know, right? I mean, Bitcoin could go to 1,000, it could go back to 200 like it did with Ethereum. But if he doesn't have the money, with Waves definitely isn't going to succeed. So I think locking in the price so that so Sasha, my question to you would be: you're going to sell, I think 4,000 and I think you said 4,000 Bitcoins. How long is that money going to last? Like the number of Bitcoins you're going to sell, how many months of burn rate do you have with the Bitcoins you plan to sell right now? That's my question.
Yeah, actually, we're gonna at least for a year. So because if we have some unexpected developments. If we hire some other developers, okay, we can spend more, but it should last us for a while. I think, yeah, for a year we have some funds for development, and okay, let's see how it goes. Maybe we're gonna grow very fast, and we'll need some more money. But at the current rate, I think that's enough for a very long period of time. And I also plan to make some financial projections and also make some financial reporting, because people ask for it. They're asking where the money goes. So I think we have to be transparent about that. So we're going to be publishing monthly reports about our spending, our plans for the following month and all that. So I think it's needed, because here you need transparency to succeed and have a good connection to your community, to your users.
Okay, Limitless. One of the subscribers on one of our audience members named Limitless Ones, he asked an interesting question about the ICO funds. I don't know if this is true or not, but he asked, why are you sending the bitcoins from the ICO funds? Why are you sending it to a mixer?
No, I'm not doing that. You know, you have to look deeper how Bitcoin works. We are sending it from Coinbase, from multi-sig account at Coinbase, from escrow account, and it goes to either the cold wallet, Wave's cold wallet, or the first two withdrawals, they went to exchanges directly. There is no mixer there, guys. It's very transparent. I recommend you to read some book about Bitcoin.
Okay.
Book is good, you know. Read Antonopoulos' book; it's very good. So you understand how inputs, outputs work and all that. There is no mixer here, of course.
Okay, because that would make it look like I think that what they're trying to figure out is that maybe you're not trying to hide the bitcoins, but it does not sound like you're hiding. I mean, when I invite you to come back on here to do the update on the ICO, you were gladly able to do it. So I don't see why.
Everyone, sorry, Tom.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to hide. I'll be in Europe. I'll be in many countries this summer. So you can meet me at many conferences, and you can come to Moscow also. But I'm gonna be traveling around Europe soon. So everybody who wants to meet me can do that.
I was going to say, everyone knows that Sasha and the Waves platform raised about 30,000 Bitcoins. There's no need for him to send them to a mixer and to hide who has the coins. Everyone knows that they raised that much, so there's no need to mix them.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's strange, yeah, because it's Coinbase transaction. They look strange a little bit, because they sent from different inputs and stuff like that. But it's not our problem.
So Sasha, what is the Waves team? When you sell your bitcoins, are you paying your developers in euros and rubles and dollars? Like, what is the native currency of the Waves platform for the developers? What currency are they being paid with these bitcoins?
Yeah, fiat. People want to get paid in fiat. Most of them. We have some who want to be paid in bitcoins, but you know. There are not so many, so we pay in fiat, yeah, and even we pay to some developers in Bitcoin, but you know it's all connected to fiat. So in euros we pay to some people in euros, but they charge us euros, not Bitcoin, and we send them the amount in Bitcoin corresponding to the euro amount.
Okay, so euros is basically your
euro, ruble, dollar.
Euro, rubles. Oh, so your developers are either based in, are they currently mostly based in Moscow and in Russia, or do you have some developers in Germany?
In Germany too. Front-end developer is in Germany. Our user interface guy is in Asia, and most back-end developers are in Moscow right now. So, but we're going to be hiring. Probably we're going to make a Germany office. I think that we could hire some good people in Germany now, because it's a very big center for cryptocurrencies now. Germany, Austria, Switzerland, they have good legislation. They have good coders, and in Switzerland you have Zug, where Shapeshift and Slock and other companies are They stay there, and in Germany you have some very good scene for Bitcoin, and you have good legislation. They don't try to ban Bitcoin, so Germany is a nice place in Europe to do Bitcoin business and to have some development center. So we'll be working on that too.
Okay. As far as to follow up with what Leon was asking about the team members, right? What is your first hire going to be? Who are you going to hire first to the first 1 or 2 people that you need to hire immediately? What do you project?
We have very good backend developers, actually, and we are looking for a very talented guy, for more like lead developer type of guy, so who has some extensive experience with cryptocurrencies development, who has had some successful projects, and man who's really passionate for cryptocurrencies, because it's pretty hard to find a good coder who understands blockchain now. There are very few people like that. So we are very interested in hiring top coders with experience with blockchains. So people, if you want to work with us, if you want to be rewarded for this, okay, it's probably money is not a problem right now. Yeah, so for us, so we want to push the system forward as fast as possible. So if you're passionate about blockchains and you have had some nice projects, please contact us. We'll work something out for sure.
Okay. And what if this may be a funny question, Sasha, but if you look at all the cryptocurrency teams on the market right now, if you could pick one person out of any one of these other teams and of these other projects and steal them from another project, who would it be?
Oh, probably Ethereum guys. Ethereum guys are very cool. They are very smart. Yes. So, and cool guys. Probably not all of them, but the core and the Bitcoin core team, they're legends more or less. They are very cool people in Bitcoin core. Some very cool cryptographers and coders. So we worship them. So we would be happy to work with them.
Anybody on the NXT team that you would like to have join your team instead?
I think NXT has some other directions for development. They're launching NXT 2.0, and actually, I wish them luck. I think they have their own direction of development, and I wish them all the best. Side chains and stuff like that, it can work for sure, and I'll be happy if it works for them.
Okay. Now, I noticed that after the ICO, immediately after the ICO on the Lisk team, you have Max running to China to set up Lisk trading on different Chinese exchanges. They just announced this week, that they were available on different Chinese exchanges, and it's apparent that he is going around to different conferences to promote the Lisk platform, right? Are you planning to do the same thing with your team to go and promote? You mentioned that you were going to be traveling around the world to promote it. When will that start, and which conferences can the audience expect to meet you at?
Yeah, I'll be going to some conference in Ukraine at the beginning of July. It's an international conference. Many famous people will go there. And I probably will go to China in September, and I have to think where I'll go in between. And I was invited to China already to present Waves platform, so probably I'll go there too. Also, Max is coming to Moscow, I think, within a week, so we'll meet here too, and probably we'll have some small conference for him, so he could present Lisk to Russian developers too.
So basically, you and Max, are you in contact with him directly?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, you guys are working together to help Lisk and Wave succeed. You guys are not competing against each other then?
No, I'm not competing with anybody. I think it's very wrong to compete in cryptocurrencies, because we are all in the same boat at this moment. There's cryptocurrency and there's the rest of the world. So we are competing with other technologies, but we have to stick together to succeed. Now, there is no competition. There can't be any competition. We're not competing with Lisk or Ethereum or with anybody else.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Regarding the team members, I see that you have no problem being vocal, and you come out and you'll do interviews and you'll talk. But there's nobody else on the team, as far as I know, that has come out and on Twitter or Slack or anywhere else. And do you think that if one of your team members would come out and be a little bit more vocal, would that help assure investors' confidence a little bit more?
No, okay, it's probably yes, but we have some people who are public, so you can see them on our website. It's pretty basic now. Actually, with the website will be updated, I think within a week with the whole team. Yeah, but we have some public people who are active on Twitter. So core team, also our Eth guy who is working on our design, and he's very active on Twitter. So we have some public people, and it's not a problem, I think. And we have more, of course, yeah. But I want to be the public person here, so there is no confusion. So I'm responsible for this. So I want to be the most prominent public person at this stage. I think it's good for the project when people associate the project with someone, and it turned out that I have to be that person. So I'm fine with it. It's not a problem for me.
Okay. So, but are you okay with your team members going into the public and the media to speak about the Waves platform? Because if you notice, like the DAO, and the Slockit team, the Ethereum team, almost all the major developers on the Ethereum and Slockit and DAO teams, they're all in the public. They're at conferences speaking. You got Stefan Tool, you got Christian Johns, you got Vitalik. Are you okay with your team members doing the same thing, or do you want it?
I'm totally fine. I just want to do people what they want to do. If they want to code, let them code. If they want to promote, let them promote. So I'm doing the promotion now. But if some other guy comes forward and said, "Yeah, I want to be the public person," I'm gonna be totally fine with it, because I, for one, would like to be more concentrated on development at this stage, but it would be better for the project.
Okay. Do you guys have any more questions, Shaka or Leon? If not, I'm going to go to the YouTube chat box and then get some questions from the viewers, and then we'll wrap it up.
No, I'm all right. I'm good.
I'm good. Thank you.
So if you guys have any questions in the on the YouTube, if you guys are watching us on the YouTube live stream, guys, if you have any questions, go ahead and put the questions in now. And also, if you guys can, put the country or city that you guys are asking the questions from, so we can get a feel. While that is coming in, while those questions are coming in, guys, I would like to say that this to Sasha and to Shaka and to Leon, is that this is the first time we had a cryptocurrency market hangout here, an investor Q&A, and it went up to 170 people. So this will probably be the most popular hangout we've done so far live with this many people. So that's good. And I will say this, the first video hangout, the first Google Hangout we did with you, Sasha, the first one, that was the most popular video we had, got the most views in like 1 week that we've ever had this year. And the second video you did was also the same thing too. So apparently the market is saying they want to hear more of what you got to say about Waves, I guess. Okay, so the questions are coming in. So Randall, this is not a question, but Randall, hold on here. The thing is going pretty fast here. Okay. So give me 1 second here, guys. Supreme Muppet asks, what do you think of Stefan Tool? I think that he already said that he really respects those guys.
Yeah, I can comment on that probably. They were, they wanted to move too fast. We're moving too fast too, but we learn from their experience. And you have a very cool technology, and you want to use it, and you just, you can forget about some dangers that it can be dangerous, and you just move forward. So we have to use their experience to avoid it, to avoid such situations in Waves. But I respect them all, and they're cool guys, of course.
Okay. Let me see. Let me see. What is the basic roadmap? You have to look on his website for that, guys. And Randall Bezad Javeri, he says, I'm a social developer from Australia. You need me on your team. Well, if you guys want to join the Waves team, just go to their website, guys, and just reach out to Core Media or to reach out to Sasha directly, guys. You guys.
Go to Slack.
Oh yeah, go to their Slack. Let me see. The chat box here is going so fast, and it's like it's not letting me. Okay, I got it. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so here's a good question. Johal425 from Seattle, Washington. He asks, will we get any developer hangouts or interviews with Waves devs, right?
Yeah, we can do that, yeah. So, because we are very busy with coding now, with the system launch. You know, I can't really make people do something that they don't want to do, because they are focused on coding, on launching the network. Some bugs come up and you have to fix them and stuff like that. It's pretty hectic right now, but when things calm down, of course we're gonna present all our team, and we're not secretive, you know, there's no secrets here.
Okay, here's one thing about the devs, guys. If you guys are listening to this, so you guys realize that this is the cryptocurrency market channel. When we talk about investing and trading cryptocurrencies, if you'll notice, we don't get too technical into the details of how the software, the code works. This is more of an investor channel. It's not a technical channel. Even though LeonFu.com is a software developer and everything, if you guys notice, he tries to break it down so that we understand it for investing purposes and not from technical purposes. And I've learned from the past that whenever we get too technical on this channel, it turns people off, guys. So we have a few engineers that are subscribing to our channel, but the majority of the people here are basically traders and investors. So that's the reason why you guys don't see us doing any developing. We don't interview developers and things like that and get technical about it. We just want to get enough information so that we know how to make the right investing decisions. Okay. We have Essen Derek from the Netherlands, and he asked, will we see any options, futures contracts, or investment funds on Waves? He hopes to see some financial instruments. Any options provider or investment fund already approached you about Waves?
Yeah, we've been approached by some funds who want to issue their stocks, their shares on blockchain and on Waves. Yeah, it's the perfect environment for this, I think, because it provides transparency. When we have some kind of smart contracting, they'll be able to provide, you know, some transparency, and it's going to be great. I think this is the time for the blockchain revolution regarding finance and investment. So not only crowdfunding, but also like real world big investment funds, they all will be coming to blockchain now. So because it gives you, it's very natural environment. It's a very natural environment for any securities, any shares. Blockchain is very natural for this. You know, it gives you some very good benefits. So we have a very strong interest, and we plan to launch to help launch some investment funds on blockchain within several months.
Okay. Rapa Tepato from the Netherlands, he asked if you have any information on the Chinese exchanges that want to add the Waves coin.
Yeah. Some exchange contacted us, and they just implemented it through API. So we can't really limit that. You can, and we are working with another one. I can't name it now. So they are going to be like an official exchanger in China. So they're going to have the full node code, and they will be like, you know, the official exchanger. But another smaller one. They announced today that they integrated us through the API by connecting to our nodes. So we can't limit that, and it's fine. Yeah. So one exchange is on board, and other are coming.
Okay, this is a follow-up question from G1 Kim from Seoul, Korea, and he asked. He said that there was a rumor today that the Waves was rejected by a Chinese exchange, and he asked, "Is this true?"
There was some screenshot. I've seen that the Yunbao exchange. There, I don't know what his position is there, but he said that it's similar to BitShares or to Ethereum, so probably has some misconceptions. We have to talk to him. That's all. So he just didn't delve deep enough into our system to understand that, because okay, there are some similarities to BitShares, that's for sure, but we are totally different. So we're probably working on educating people, and I don't think it's a big problem. Guys, we're going to be at all exchanges sooner or later. We can't, people have to, we are moving very fast. We are just two months old, and the network is just launched. So give the exchanges some time, it's, you can't move that fast. We can move that fast, but not everybody can move that fast. So give them some time, and we'll be at all major exchanges sooner or later.
Okay, this is Sonero community. They would like to see an interview between the CTO, Greg Meredith, or the CEO, Dor Comforty from Sonero, with you, Sasha, and they ask if this is possible. And this is from Christian from The Hague.
Yeah, I'll be happy to hear.
Okay, so just reach out to you. I think that'd be best. Just reach out to him on Twitter, guys.
Yeah.
Let me see. You can. Kevin Koopman from the Netherlands is asking, are you currently finding more coders, and how much people are working? How many people are working now for Waves besides you?
We have like 5 coders here in Moscow. Backend coders, 1 front-end coder. We have 1 coder in Germany. We have a user interface guy in Asia, 2 designers in Moscow who are going to be working with him, and we'll be hiring more, of course. So the team should be around 20 people within a month, I think, because we need more coders right now. Yeah.
Now, when you say you have 5 coders, those 5 guys, are they like paid employees for the Waves platform, or are they just volunteers?
No, we pay everybody, of course.
And they are full-time employees?
Full-time, naturally. It doesn't depend on the ICO funds. We've been paying them since we started development. I've been paying out of my pocket. So
okay.
There are paid developers, like salary. They get salary, and like normal business.
Hey, Greg Hall asked a good question here. He asked, why do you think there's so much FUD about the Waves platform, and everybody calling it, there's some people out there, not everybody, but some people out there calling it a scam and stuff? Because in my opinion, if it was a scam, you would have taken the Bitcoins already and run off and not have to come back and waste time doing this.
I don't know, maybe the price, because some people decided to dump Waves. I don't know why. It's hard to say. Probably rising Bitcoin price, the DAO situation, it all combined, and people decided to just exit cryptocurrencies for a while. But it's normal, guys. Okay, you probably could have been better if the price could have risen, but it's not. It's all very short term. You have to have some long-term view of the situation. So, and it doesn't, that the price fell a little bit. It doesn't depend on our development, because during those several days nothing bad happened. It's just it's just price, it's just speculation. It has no connection to what we are doing at the moment. So it's just pure speculation, pure FUD. It's nothing. It's just hot air. It's nothing, guys. So please don't pay attention. We are developing. We're moving forward. Our development goes as planned. So nothing bad is happening. Only good things happen.
Okay. I just want to say this, guys. There is no way, guys. Sasha raised over $16 million to fund the Waves platform project, guys. That it's impossible for him to receive those funds and then a month later completely build the Waves platform. That's not realistic, guys. That you guys gotta give him some time. You have a few short-term traders and a few short-term ICO flippers, right? If you don't know what an ICO flip is, look at for one of my videos called "What is an ICO Flip," right? And you'll learn more about that. But you have a bunch of short-term ICO flippers trying to make a fast dollar, and they are disappointed that they're not able to make that fast, quick buck.
No, it doesn't work like that. You know, I want to tell you something. You know, because I was NXT, and the NXT asset exchange was for speculation. It was all about the flipping after the ICO, because they were like small ICOs, like 1 million next NXT, and just people came later and they couldn't buy, so they had to buy from flippers, because all the ICOs were small, and our ICO is a big one, you know. So you can't have this here. You can't flip right after the ICO. I don't think it works like that, guys. For larger ICOs, you have to see the bigger picture, like it was with Ethereum. Yes, so the people who waited, they were rewarded. The people who flipped as soon as they could, they just, you know, they lost money. Just a little patience, guys.
Okay. Let me see here. Do you guys have any other questions, Leon or Shaka?
No, I'm
no,
good.
I'm good. I'm good, Ty. You can wrap it up if you'd like. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm good, guys. I'm good.
All right. Let me see. Just a couple of last questions right here. Oh, I don't know why we keep getting the same question, Sasha, about your astronaut team member, Yuri Gagarin.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up with him? You said that you're going to release more information about your astronaut?
Yeah, we'll have to remove him probably, because people are asking, and the real guy, he's gonna come forward soon, and he's also called, his name is Yuri also, so that was a hint why we chose this. And we started on the day when he went to space. It was the 12th of April. So it was like, or he's gonna be our mascot, something like that, you know, some like symbol of our team. But the guy who is real Yuri, he's gonna come forward and he's gonna be on our team roster.
Okay. Let me see here. Okay, these are a bunch of these other questions are not very. They're just they're not really questions. It's just comments, right?
Yeah, ask me anything. Don't filter any questions. I'm fine with everything.
No. Here's Jan House from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and he asked, did Poloniex allegedly ask you to sign any NDA to list Waves?
Who? No.
Like to sign any non-disclosure agreement to list Waves?
Who? I didn't understand. Who wanted me to sign it?
Poloniex.
No, not at all. No. I don't know. Okay, we provided the information to Poloniex, and they are thinking now. I don't know. There's probably some miscommunication, but we're waiting. And I've known Poloniex guys since years, actually. So I think that something is going.
Sasha, I think I think based on the Slack channel and other social media, I think what most of the community is hoping, waiting for Poloniex to list Waves,
Yeah,
and
probably, yeah. So
do you have any more insight as to when or if there? I know you said Waves is going to be on all exchanges, but I think the community is most interested in Poloniex and what their status is.
Okay, probably we had some miscommunication with them, but I think they are waiting for the full node code, so they can have, so the network is open and they can, you know, install it without asking us to do so. So it looks like that to me. So it will take some time, like several weeks, and I don't see any particular reasons for Poloniex not to list us. Actually.
And when will the full node code be ready? When do you expect that to be ready?
We are working on that really hard, so it's a matter of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, let's say 3 weeks. We want to have it in 3 weeks. Yeah.
I have a question. I know you said, I know you were telling people in your last interviews with Ty and Leon not to sell their ICO coins on Yobit, but as I'm looking at Yobit right now, and as of last night, when Waves tokens dropped down to 13 cents on Bittrex, they held strong at 27 cents on Yobit. What do you
Yeah.
say? What do you have to say about that?
Okay, Yobit is not a serious exchange. I can't really ban them from trading waves because, but I can't endorse it either because I wanted to tell people that they can't trade there. Then Yobit contacted me. They showed me that they really bought at the ICO, and then I just, stepped aside. I can ban them, but I don't endorse it because so quite shady what they are doing because they are trading IOUs, and it's very risky because they probably can pay for their IOUs, and now they just accept deposits manually and send manually. It's also quite cumbersome, and it's strange. They have to accept all the deposits manually to give the address and to receive the coins, and then send the coins back manually. So it's not,
So it's not autonomous.
bad. Yeah, it's just not good. So you can trade there. They are not scammers. I don't think they are scammers actually. Yeah, they just have this pretty strange business practices. So you have to take that into account and don't really, think too much about Yobit because they are just trying to make some quick buck. That's all.
Okay. All right, guys. That's all the questions I see that's relevant here. There's some questions, but it's not relevant as far as investing questions goes. So if you guys don't have any other questions, Shaka or Leon, I'm going to wrap up this hangout here with you, Sasha. And I want to say we appreciate you coming back on after the ICO to give us an update on what's been going on, and let us know. If you want to do another update in the future to update all the
Absolutely.
investors.
Yeah, as soon as you want it, I can be there and discuss waves and our progress and everything. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure, really.
Yeah, and also once you get your headquarters set up and everything, everything organized, I think some of the investors want to get a tour of your headquarters and stuff whenever you're ready.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the room. Probably you can see it. Okay, so here it is. But I'm the only one here, so because it's Sunday.
Okay.
Some people are working, but they're working from home. So.
Okay.
And we'll have to tour, of course, too, because probably we have to rent some office space because it's not a big office here. So we'll have to rent some more space.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck with your project, and we'll look forward to seeing you again in a future update. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Sasha.
All right, guys.